appreciate it. We do turn overseas now to the catastrophic earthquake in Myanmar and Thailand. The death toll approaching 2,000, with rescue crews still searching for survivors. ABC's Britt Clennett is in Bangkok with the latest. And Britt, we can see that devastation behind you. Good morning.
Good morning. Workers here are using heavy machinery now to lift debris from that big mound of rubble you can see behind me, where the 34-story building collapsed. But with the critical window to find survivors is closing, with more bodies recovered, taking the death toll from this incident to 11.
This morning, rescue and recovery efforts tirelessly underway in Myanmar and Thailand in the wake of that devastating earthquake that shook the region, killing more than 1,600 people and injuring thousands more. In war-torn Myanmar, volunteers hacking away at the wreckage, using jackhammers and shovels in a desperate attempt to recover any possible survivors. These striking satellite images showing the extent of the damage from the quake, bridges torn apart and buildings reduced to rubble. Power outages and buckled roads hampering recovery efforts. Here in the Thai capital of Bangkok, video capturing this apartment bridge breaking apart from the force of the quake. This skyscraper collapsing the day of the quake. Crews working into the night, searching for survivors. Chanasorn Srinin told me his sister, one of the electrical engineers on the site, is among the missing.
So these are all the missed calls.
His efforts to get in contact with her unsuccessful. And early this morning, more relatives being told the bodies of their loved ones had been recovered from the rubble. The 7.7 magnitude earthquake, one of the worst to hit Southeast Asia in the past 100 years. Amid Myanmar's ongoing civil war, the country's resistance movement announcing a partial ceasefire to help facilitate relief efforts. A UN official saying the military junta there is continuing to bomb parts of the country.
Now, we know U.S. military personnel, they have been here speaking with Thai officials, but despite President Trump indicating that U.S. help will reach Myanmar, it's not actually clear when American assistance will arrive there. That's as aftershocks are really complicating rescue efforts in the areas devastated by the quake. Janae?
We know there was an aftershock not too long ago, Britt. Thank you for that update. Back here at home now to the Trump administration tariffs set to go into effect this week and what they could mean for prices here at home. ABC's Jay O'Brien is in Washington with the very latest. Good morning to you, Jay. A lot of folks watching this.
Yeah, Janae, good morning. Those tariffs plan to snap into place this week, and overnight, President Trump not backing down. Overnight, President Trump standing firm on his sweeping tariffs planned to begin in just days, including on cars and auto parts made outside the U.S., repeatedly saying he couldn't care less if automakers raise prices as a result, arguing people are going to start buying American-made cars. It all begins April 2nd, labeled by the president as Liberation Day, when he's expected to announce a laundry list of reciprocal tariffs targeting countries the White House says have an imbalanced trade relationship with the U.S. Those tariffs now expected in addition to others planned to snap in place at 12:01 a.m. on April 3rd, including long-threatened 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada, the nation's two largest trading partners, and those additional 25% automotive tariffs. The president arguing the moves will boost prosperity and grow American manufacturing. But most economists warning U.S. consumers should brace for higher prices on everything from electronics to furniture to fresh fruits and vegetables. The stock market plunging Friday amid the concerns.
We should all prepare for higher tariffs and what it means for higher prices for the things that we buy, for lower stock prices, and for fewer jobs, because the rest of the world is going to respond.
The president telling ABC's Rachel Scott Americans shouldn't worry.
Mr. President, should Americans buy cars now if they want to avoid higher prices?
No, I don't think so. I think you're going to have a country that's going to boom.
Trump and Canada's new Prime Minister Mark Carney speaking last week, but not reaching a deal. But that decades-long partnership now rocky as a possible trade war looms.
The old relationship we had with the United States, based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperations, is over.
And President Trump huddling with his Treasury and Commerce secretaries at Mar-a-Lago this weekend. The president has begun downplaying the possible impact of these reciprocal tariffs, saying that they may be more lenient than some expected. Gio.
Jay, thank you. There's a lot to discuss on this, so let's bring in ABC's chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, now, the host of This Week Later this morning. Martha, good morning. Thank you for being here. Jay was just talking about this new round of tariffs. What's at stake here, Martha?
Well, first of all, you've got everybody jittery across the country. Uncertainty, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. But as Jay mentioned, the president has dubbed Wednesday Liberation Day. He's been building up to this day for weeks now. But it's still really not clear just how widespread these tariffs will be, with the president saying he's still open to negotiating with countries on this, but with that one caveat, quote, only if people are willing to give up something of great value, Gio. So we are going to keep our eyes on that.